what I like to do.
Hello, it's Thursday and we're live. I'm Eddie Stone with Debbie Stella, and good afternoon to everybody. We are so excited to be able to join you. I've had a little bit of time here to get to know Debbie better, and I'm looking forward to you getting to know her. Debbie, welcome to Raleigh.
Thank you. I'm with the leader of our flock here. I'm so excited to be in Raleigh.
Well, we're excited to have you, and based upon some of the direct messages and things I got from folks, they're excited to hear from you today.
Oh, good.
So we're gonna have some fun. Part of Debbie's reputation is that she's fun, has a lot of good energy, right? So you're perfect to work with us here.
I do like to have fun, and I do have a lot of energy.
Now, we've just actually seen each other, which is fantastic. We were just together on the rewards trip in Akumal, Mexico. So maybe that's a good place to start, right? Tell folks a little bit about that trip.
That trip, Eddie, was fabulous. Okay, for a lot of reasons. First of all, it solidified for myself that I chose the right company to be with for like tons of reasons, and I'll mention a couple of them to you today. Is that it's a family-oriented business, which means a lot to me. Eddie and his family were with us the whole time. It wasn't like you couldn't get to them or ask them a question. They were always around. They greeted us. We got great gifts. He does good with the gifts. Anyway, and to see our teams and how we were all there to help each other and talk about business and laugh a little bit and help each other out with, it could be a little bit of verbiage, but just help each other out. Everybody was willing, and you could see the love for one another on this trip. But the big thing for me, Eddie, was my significant other, Mark. Mark was always supportive of me as I started this business, and he backed me up whatever I did, but I always tried to get him more involved. So little by little, he, got involved trying the products, whatever. But this trip, he's in. He's making contacts. He's building a business, and now we're building it together, which is tons of fun. There's no more struggle like, oh, I have to go to this thing tonight, or I'm on a call tonight. He totally gets it, and he's on board. So to me, that was huge.
Well, from past experience, that's exactly what we wish to happen, right? Because together is better for everyone.
Oh, absolutely.
And for myself and my family, it's a lot of fun and a great thing to be able to host everybody. So
it was tons of fun.
Yeah, it was great. So for those that haven't been able to be a part of one of our rewards trips, we'll have another one in 2021. I promise that. And we hope you'll take a good close look at the details when they come out, because they're just terrific trips. And we'll actually this fall have a.
You definitely have to go. And if he doesn't convince you, I will.
We'll do our best, right?
Right.
We'll maybe do another Facebook Live on site, right? It's one of those.
That's right.
Tipping moments, right, when you see that beautiful water. So
beautiful.
Well, with that, so you've had a great year. Congratulations on your success. You and the team are climbing through the ranks and doing good stuff. I'm so impressed, and I'm happy for you and happy to see your numbers. And I guess it's culminated with allowing you to really go full time in the business now.
Yes. Thank you. It's been really a pleasure to work with my team and watch them grow. I left my job because I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to make my own hours. I didn't want to work weekends, holidays, or whatever. I had to do it for me. I've done it before, and I wanted to do it again. And I love working with my people because I get pleasure out of watching them grow. Now I have more time to meet up with people and talk to people, and I'm not on a time constraint because I'm working another job. So for me, it's been a wonderful thing, and I could see the difference that I'm home, working from home. which is what I always wanted to do.
It's having an impact. And look, for a lot of people, the motivation is being able to choose when and where and for how long. And I actually think after observing this for 30 years, most people work harder for themselves, right, than they do otherwise. But I think that's just it, though. It's for yourself. So congratulations. And for those that are watching, the vast majority of people we work with do this on a really part-time basis. But we love to celebrate it when someone says, you know what, I don't want to just do that. I've got more I want to do. And so congratulations to you and your team for doing that.
Thank you.
Now, I know a bit about your background, but the audience, most of them do not. So how about a little background? How did we get here today?
Well, I did a lot of years ago, had a successful business. And it was multi-level marketing. And what I was stumbling with when that closed abruptly.
No fault of your own. Right?
No fault of my own. The company just closed. I wanted that back again because those were one of the greatest years, some of the greatest years of my life. And I wanted to feel that again. I wanted to know how that felt. I wanted that feeling back again. And it was so exciting to me when I did grow a team before to watch my team get, what they came into the business for, buying a new home, getting the car they wanted, putting their kids through private schools. It was just so self-satisfying to see them achieve what they wanted, and we're all achieving it together. We worked as a team and we did it together. And I wanted that feeling back. And I struggled to find a company that I could feel that way again with. So this was it for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you chose us. I have to say it's nice when you're on the stage, right? Getting the recognition you deserve, but to be able to stand on the side of the stage and see somebody that their story and how hard they've worked to get there and whatever that happens to be. Maybe it's just money to take down a credit card, or maybe they're just trying to help people get healthy, whatever it happens to be, to be able to celebrate them. I don't think we have enough sort of celebration of people in life, right? We should probably have when somebody's kids show up at soccer practice with clean uniforms and they're fed, we should probably be clapping to celebrate.
That's right. That is correct.
Yeah, and it's just one of the things I appreciate about what we do, that we're given this opportunity to see people for who they are and what they're doing. So,
right.
All right, now this could be awkward because I'm sitting next to you, but I like to know, why Touchstone? So you just said, right, you were looking for a company. So what were the elements?
Good question, Eddie Stone.
Kind of a loaded question.
Okay, so as I said, when that company closed, I don't know, it's been, I think 5 years now, 4 or 5 years. I wanted to get back into owning my own business because I liked that freedom of being home and making my own hours. So I dabbled in a couple of businesses and they were fine businesses. The products I still use, I like them, but it wasn't the right fit. I just couldn't, I wanted to do more with my life. I wanted to do more. I wanted to do something for other people.
Sure.
So when Touchstone was presented to me, of course, you're always leery and you're always wondering. I wanted to try the products first. So to be honest with you, I tried them for a couple of months and then I said, this is something I think that I could tell other people. And what I like about this company is I don't sell anything. I'm just educating people and telling them that, look at your vitamins. Look and see what you're taking. What are you doing inside your body? Listen, I didn't know about any of this stuff until I learned about it. And, people on my team were telling me about it and what it does for you and how your insides take care of your insides and everything else will fall into place. And so I have results and it worked for me. So could I tell other people about it? Yes. I could. So I'm not selling. I'm not the Avon lady knocking at your door and saying, you have to buy this. It's on special this week. I'm telling you, you need to take care of yourself. It's very important. So that's why Touchstone.
That's great. Thank you. Well, as I look around at some of the numbers, right, I think the national average is people eat 1.5 proper servings fresh fruits and vegetables a day, right? So we got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of demand, and having you on board to help us share that. Thank you for doing that.
It's my pleasure. I love it. I love it.
And it's fun when you see people make those changes and what happens to them, sleeping better energy, whatever happens to be. So it's a lot of fun in that regard.
Right.
So, all right. So you've had a good year. We get a little idea about what your passions are here. Talk to us about what does the day look like for you? Talk to me about, what does that look like? You're now doing this on a full-time basis. What's that look like?
It's wonderful. I start my day, and I never had time to do some of these things, so I'm just getting back into the groove of it. I'm a Christian, so I read inspirational things in the morning. Before I get out of bed, I have my little book next to me, and I just read. It's a daily message. That's all it is a nice daily message, and I feel good about that. Then I get up in the morning and I get to have breakfast with my family, and we're not rushed. We're not throwing things down our throat to get out the door. We actually,
your mom lives with you, right?
I live with my mom and my significant other. So we sit down and we have a lovely conversation in the morning, and we sit and we enjoy our time together. And then, okay, everybody, time for me to get in my office and do some calls. So I reach out to people.
And that commutes from the kitchen to the study, I guess?
Yes, I have a little.
What, 4 or 5 steps? How many?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 steps. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. And I don't have to worry about getting dressed every day if I don't want to. I can be in my sweats. And
but Zoom kind of gets in the way of that now, right?
Well, but from here up, it's okay. And if I don't have makeup on, I stand a little bit away from the camera. But anyway,
you can blur the background.
That's it. So anyway, I reach out to people that listen, we all talk to people on a daily basis, and there's always somebody that that has been diagnosed with something, or is struggling with sleep, or has anxiety. There's nobody that is in, perfect health. And so I think of those people first, and I reach out to them and I ask them if they have time to chat. And that's how I try to do that every day. My goal now, of course, my goals have changed because I'm not working at my job. So my goal, and that's my personal goal, is to talk to 5 to 10 people a day, or touch 5 to 10 people a day somehow, some way.
Sure. And I think that's important, that you have yourself on some type of activity schedule, whatever that is and whatever that fits for you. The one thing I'll say about contacting people that you identify and say, hey, I think they could use this, or they're struggling, whatever, just make sure for anybody that you ask them. Don't be the person that says, hey, I noticed you need to lose weight. Let's talk, right? That's not where we want to go with this, right? We want to have a conversation, make sure we're invited to share.
That's right. And then I didn't finish though. So after I contact a couple people, and that means sometimes I could leave the house, like I did yesterday, and went to a couple of gyms. But I get to walk my dog, and my dog has been neglected because she doesn't get the exercise she needs, because I was pulled in a lot of different directions. Now I'm in a more relaxed atmosphere, and I'm able to be with her as well.
I believe you were working 2 jobs when you started with this, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, just one.
Just one.
Just one, and then doing this. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's great.
Yeah.
So when you are talking with someone,
okay,
and through the conversation you recognize they're interested, can you tell us a little bit about the process that you follow, some of the sort of the mechanics of how you build a business?
Sure. I know people from all different walks of life, so I think about where I know them from, and that's how I go with my conversation.
Sure.
Because some of them have been business partners of mine, so I could talk to them in a different way versus, another friend that I might know from high school that I haven't talked to in 40 years. So, but I listen to people, and I listen to what they say, and if they're struggling with something, I approach them in that, like, let's use an example. I know somebody who's struggling with sleep. So I gave her a call. We chit-chatted for a little bit. How are you? How you doing? And then I said, gee, I see you're struggling with your sleep. What are you doing for that? And then I mentioned, could I send you a link? Did you ever hear about CBD oil? it's not only good for helping with sleep to relax you, but it's good for countless other things.
Absolutely.
And then you find out when you talk to them that they have other problems besides sleeping.
It just pours out.
It just pours out, and you're able to talk to them. And then what I truly love about Touchstone is that I don't have to be an expert.
No.
All I have to do is tell them where to click. Here's my website. When they go into my website, it goes right onto the page where all our products are. And then I'll say, listen, it's a wealth of information. You're going to read about it, but on the bottom of the product, there's different facets that you could look at: the benefits, what's in the product, the scientific facts about it, and the studies that have been done about it. That's way more than I really feel like I have to know, because we have a couple of products. I don't want to be an expert. That's not what I signed on for. I signed on to help people get healthy. And if I could help them get healthy, just letting them read, that's what I do.
Well, that's the complete answer there. So a few things, let me just make sure everybody heard what Debbie said there, because one, she talked about being a listener. So that's so critical, right? When people often are in a conversation with someone, they're just looking for this chance to kind of jump in and sort of spill everything they've ever heard and they've learned. And that's not really what the person sitting there wants, nor can they're probably unprepared for it, right? So probably like, what, I don't know what's going on here, right? And they kind of stand back a little bit. So it's important to be authentic in your conversations, when you're listening to someone, really listening to them and say, hey, listen, I've had that same trouble. In fact, I don't know of any adults that haven't had trouble with sleep, right? And to say, I've had that same struggle, here's what I'm doing. And that's one thing I want to say to everybody listening. What Debbie said about not being a product expert, it's crucial, because that's not your role. We employ scientists and others to help us with these formulations. It's important to say, hey, here's what I'm using and why. And then let that consumer ask those questions. And of course, just like you said, we've got a link for all that. So that's why you're successful, is you know how to do all of those things. So do you ever, we've got a gift card program, I was noticing that your name was on the report as having used a lot of gift cards. So talk to me about that.
Gift cards are huge because, if I see that they are wanting to order, I say, well, listen, for your first time order, I can give you a $50 gift card. You get to try the products. And, we have a wonderful empty bottle 100% guaranteed as well. So I make sure I tell them about that too, because that's that's a good reason. One of the reasons I joined this company, because I know that you stand behind your product. And I think that's very important, that you stand behind your products. And we have a gift card program. Who the heck has a gift card program? It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So yes, I do tell them about that all the time.
So we launched that program last April, right? So we're coming up on a year, and we've issued over 220,000 gift cards. So it's pretty exciting, and clearly people like a $50 gift card. So it's a lot of fun to work with.
We women love gift cards.
All right, so few things as we kind of begin sort of to wind down our discussion here. Mm-hmm. Are there some key characteristics about yourself or things that you've done that play a role in terms of either your attitude or habits or other things? So just remember, right? We've got some folks watching that they're not quite where they want to be. We've got people that are all range of success, right? But they're trying to pick up nuggets and things. So you're trying to impart some wisdom to someone in the audience. And what are some things that you've observed that you think you're doing that you are having a positive impact on your business?
Well, I love people, and if I could help somebody, I feel that that's my whole deal. I just want to help people. I want to help people get healthy, and I think pretty much I owe it to them to tell them what I know and what I learned. So that is my
kind of obligation,
like an obligation. Exactly.
I feel that.
See, he knows the words. I don't always know the words, that's key to me. I'd love to do videos so I could reach out to more people to tell them about it, because I'm so passionate about it. It's changed my life for the better. I've been feeling great, and I want to share it with everybody. Our company has a goal that they're trying to reach, to get 1 million people healthy in the next 3 years. I want to get 1,000 people. I want, out of that million, I want 1,000 to come from me at least. So that's my goal. And so I think when you put that on a vision board and you look at that every day and you remind yourself, you know, I want to do something. Plus, I'd like to give back to the community as well. So my goal, something I'm striving for, is to get to where I'm making the kind of money I would like to make to give back. I think it's so important to give back to, if you can. And so if I can do that, either by time, through money, or whatever, that's a big why for me. If I can do that. So, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
How could you not enjoy not helping people?
Oh, listen, I'm with you on that, and I appreciate the sort of connection of your goal and our goal in that regard. I haven't heard anybody quite quantify it that way, and I appreciate that. And you know, you're talking about giving your time and giving your money, which I also appreciate, having that philanthropic sort of demeanor and attitude. But also, let me just say this: you're also giving back with your example. You know, I watch your lives, I hear your discussion about what you're doing with your mom, what you're doing with Mark, and even with your dog, right? So I got all that, and I want you to know that that makes an impression on all of us, right? So that example is also giving back to the community, and so we appreciate that.
Oh, good. Well, I try,
Yeah.
and I enjoy it. Of course, I definitely enjoy it.
Yeah. So all right, one last question.
Okay.
So we're coming up on the end of the second month of 2020, right? So we got 2 down, 10 to go. We got a long ways to go here. Talk to me about your vision here. About how you see this thing, how you see finishing this year. What's ahead? Where's this going?
Well, I'm working with my team because they have crazy good goals, which I'm excited about. And so we work together. I learn from them. They learn from me. It's a wonderful thing. I have great mentors. They're always willing to help. So with that, it's almost like you really want to do good for everybody involved. My team, I want to do good for my team. I want to set an example. I have pretty high goals for this year. So I'm going to try my best to do it. And that's why I'm contacting 5 to 10 people a day. And I encourage my team to do the same. And if we could get with groups of people and talk to more people at a time, I would like to see more of that happening. I personally have 3 coming up in March that I'm doing.
3 groups.
And I will do team meetings for my people too. Not only people I'm trying to reach, but my team's people. So I think the more of the masses that we can get to and spread the word of what a good product we have, then things are just going to fall into place.
So fundamentally for you, it's just the scope of activity and the volume of people, which is, we're all on the same page in that regard. So listen,
having goals.
Debbie Stella.
Eddie Stone.
Thank you.
So awesome.
Thank you for taking the time to come up here. For everybody, we appreciate your time and attention. And until next time, sometime next week, we'll see you. Make it a great day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.